I don't know, oh, where to begin. We are North Americans, and for those of you who still think we're from England, we're not, no. We've been on planes and on trains till we think we might die. Far from North America, where the buildings are old, and you might have lots of mimes. I hate the feeling when you're looking at me that way. Cause we're North Americans, but if we act all shy, it'll make it okay. It makes it go away. But I don't know, oh, where to begin. When we're North American, but in the end, make the same mistakes all over again. Come on, North America! We are North American strong. We're from North America. We are North American strong. We are North American. New York's the greatest if you get someone to pay the rent. Wahoo! North America! It's the furthest you can live from the government. Some South American Christians might disagree here in North America, but New York's the only place for keeping them off the street. Now, we can't have parties like in Spain where they go all night. Shut down in North America. Or like Berlin where they go another night. All right. You see, I love this place that I've grown to know. All right, North America. And yeah, I know you wouldn't touch us with a 10-foot pole. Cause we're North America. We are North American scum. We are North America. We are North American scum. We love North America. Take me back to Saints Row. North American scum. Well, we can be in every one of them, right? Every place. North America. Where the DJ gigs on his phone. Here in North America scum. But don't blame the Canadians. Look out, North America.
Sausage is a weird thing to call somebody.
Stop being a fucking pussy. Let's do it. Someone needs to say it is the greatest podcast ever.
Someone I proudly call my friend and fellow podcaster. He goes by the hardcore metal name of Soft.
Sausage is a weird thing to call somebody.
Oh, he's got all the awards locked up. Rookie of the Year, locked up. MVP, locked up. Prettiest hog at the Mecklenburg County Fair, locked up.
Sausage is a weird thing to call somebody.
I got to see Soft Weekly there.
There were some people on the show that didn't want it.
I got a sportster who's tearing up the Australian League. Looking goals.
I am hard, but I am fair.
Hey, everybody, listen
There
up.
is no
It's the
racial
Professional
bigotry
Podcast.
here. I do not look down on niggers.
Was Eric Zane there?
Wops, or
I did
breeds.
run into Eric Zane.
Here you are all equally.
Congratulations.
Sausage is a weird thing to call somebody.
The player haters ball gives us an opportunity to hate on a diverse array of mock-ass mocks, trick-ass mocks, punk bitches and skip-scap skanks and scallywags, hoes, heifers, hee-haws, and hula-hoops.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like you like a born a hater, you know, like myself, man. You know, a lot of cats think they hate, man. I mean, I'm mad, you know, I'm mad at everything, man. You know, brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got one car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? That's played out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
Good evening, everyone, or morning. But this isn't normally the way I do it. I've been freaking out because I don't use Lanyards, and I had guests on today. Some of my audio is fucked up. I think I have it all worked out. I was very excited to do a show about this Steel Toe because February 9th was the 2-year anniversary of the Steel Toe Boring Show subreddit. And I thought that was funny because Nelson has mentioned it on his show that Aaron will say he's been covering me for years, he's been doing this for years, and it's just coming up on 2 years, I think, that Nelson was covering him. I think the first time I contacted Patrick, it hasn't even been 2 years yet. I don't know when it still was, but I thought it would be a fun celebration. There's a lot to talk about. What's happened? I don't think anyone saw what Steel Toe was going to be. It's freaking amazing. No one could have guessed. No one had any idea. I wanted some people here that have been watching it and seen it all. And it looks like we've assembled a few. I'm disappointed Melton isn't on. But he's a very busy man. I was happy to have him on. I watched a lot of his show. I'm not going to sit here and dog on him. I'm not going to do that, especially, he's got friends here. And I wouldn't want to put them in the spot. You know what I mean? It's okay that he didn't come on. I would have liked to have him on. I would have treated him nicely. I enjoy his show. But anyway, that's about... Well, I don't think that's all I'll say about that, I guess, at some point. But the other thing that happened is I was at work Thursday, I think it was, and Win by 2 sent me a link. And the trolls from the people from Spurgtopia came at me pretty hard, and that screwed up my whole weekend. You know, they did a show on me Friday, and I don't know, it bummed me out, but that's what happened. It was it threw me for a loop, and then the StreamYard thing and the Melton thing, but it's not a big deal. I wanted to do a fun show, and I wasn't going to run away from it when things started going wrong. So we're here to do it. I'll bring in Rocco first because he agreed to do this a long time ago, and I was happy that he did because he's very talented and his show is funny. That's why it's popular. That's why he makes money. That's why he has a Tesla now and gets to dock with Melton. You know? I mean, it's because he's good at the job. So I was happy to have him agree to come on.
Holy crap.
How are you doing today?
Holy crap. The way that the music ended and you said, that's all I'm going to say about that. Mwah, it was perfect because we couldn't hear a fucking word you were saying. The music was so loud.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough because I was telling you before the show that trying to do StreamYard had fucked me up because normally I'm by myself on OBS and it's very easy.
Daddy understands. Daddy understands. And Daddy has to learn not to hit the desk because he throws his aspect ratio out. How do I do it? I don't know. I'm just that great. I'm so great, the police want to send me on free vacations to Minnesota. It's fantastic.
That's one of the things that Win by Two and I always laughed about the compound shows is you could constantly hear the hitting on the desk just all the time in there. You know, I could never figure it out.
Yes, but this is a wire-bearing desk. Every time I touch it, it fucks my wires up. I'm sorry, Soft. I don't want to be unprofessional, but it looks like that's what you're going to get right now until I figure this out. Daddy do, daddy don't.
I think I saw the other day when you had the puppet guy on, Geno, it looked like your mics were sitting on a step stool between you. You can see the bar coming up behind it. You know, it's like one of those two-step step stools that you put your mic stands on to facilitate that excellent broadcast with the puppeteer.
You saw that? You were one of the 12 people in there? Very embarrassing. I was hoping no one saw that. Holy shit. I'm going to get this figured out. Don't worry. Daddy do. Daddy don't. Daddy's got letterbox. Whatever. I'll figure it out. What are we talking about?
We're going to talk. I want to bring Win by Two in. I'm not sure if he's ready yet. I just see his little logo there.
You're talking about Blade, the one and only Blade, the only one who had any brains in his head and actually wanted to try and put on an entertaining show for the people. Chad says he does. Chad says he does. But Chad don't do. Daddy do. Chad don't do. Blade try to do.
How long have you been working on this one? It's good. It's very good.
This is a year in the making. I haven't done Geno since last year, right after the Super Bowl meetup. It totally threw my voice out, so I never attempted to do it again. But Daddy wanted to make it special for you, Soft. Because, what do you got, 23 people watching this? Those numbers are 47. Holy shit. You're blowing Daddy out of the water.
I've always said Geno's a bitch.
Fuck you. Go fuck your mother. Are people offering you free trips to Minnesota? I don't think so.
All right, JT's telling me to watch the product, Soft. I don't know what that means.
He's right.
All right, so Blade, John, are you here? What's going on here, buddy?
He's on a spaceship. And now Daddy's echoing back.
Right, what's that? Test? He's echoing. Blade is echoing. John, this is a live event. This is a live event. Why are you echoing?
Here, put me backstage put me backstage real quick. I got to fix my camera.
All right. Okay, everyone. Well, this is going terrific. Blade is echoing. And Rocco needs to go backstage, but someone I was not sure it was going to be here until this morning is here. I appreciate it. Rocco is back. Good friend.
Daddy did it.
But he a friend, and I'm happy he's here, and I appreciate him coming on. Carl from WATP.
Hey, what's happening, Sal? What's up, Geno?
Hi, Carl.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh,
you know,
my friend Carl's here now.
Honestly, I don't like doing shows in the morning. I'm not great in the morning. I'm glad you're here because I won't have to talk at all. This is perfect.
Yes. I don't like it either, but that's why I figured I'd do the Geno persona so I wouldn't be able to shut up.
Carl, I was trying to accommodate them because they're on the West Coast. You know, I was because initially I did think Patrick was going to be on. Like I said, he's not. That's what it is. But
because you're an idiot. Why would Patrick get up early to do your show? What does Patrick need these 50 people to watch him for? I'm sorry, I'm an asshole.
Blade just texted me that nothing is working. I believe him because I don't think he would. I think he wanted to talk to you guys. Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no one's accusing him of lying. What are you talking about, Soft? By the way, Blade saying the shit isn't working, and I think maybe that's true. Yeah, no shit.
I met Blade this
it was
week,
funny.
He seems like a stand-up guy. I don't think he would lie to you, Soft.
No, he wouldn't. It was funny. Carl, when I was asking you to come on the show, every time I said Blade's going to be on, you'd be like, that guy that thinks I don't know how to do a live show.
No, I was excited that he was going to teach me how to do a live show. He said he was going to, and then he couldn't pull it off for some reason. It's too bad.
Yeah, I told him, I go, Carl is a musician too, because that's what he prides himself on. He's booked shows for his band for a long time. He has an idea of what it takes. And I was like, Carl's a musician too, and he's been booking shows for his band way longer than you have, dude. You know
why? Because I'm an old man. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Soft?
You're younger than me. You're older than him.
Thank God.
I've seen Carl saw a lady in half.
No, a musician.
Oh, Daddy gets confused.
And then, Carl, I wanted to mention this because the guys from Spurg told you asked about it on the show they did about me. They called me soft weakling. That was funny. I'm not a hater, but they were like, "Why are there so many pictures of just you standing there in a shirt?" And it was from the Chicago event. Remember when I had everyone take the selfies of me?
Yep.
Now maybe it was a dumb idea, but that's what it was. They're like, "Why are there just a bunch of pictures of you standing there by yourself?"
Soft, why are you responding to this?
Well,
what are you going to get? Are you learning nothing from Aaron Imholt? What are you going to accomplish by addressing these minutia?
Well, there's a couple of them in here, and I said I would talk about it. I would mention it. You know,
Selfie gate. This fucking guy took so many selfies in Chicago. I can't believe it. He should just leave the internet.
Right. Anyway, I watched your clips, Carl, post at like 6 a.m. or something like that, because they always pop right up when I'm like going to work or around.
That's the plan. 5:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, and you had a clip that came up this morning that was about Doom's boxing video. Where it shows Aaron boxing, or it's what I describe it as is when Coach Scott walks up there, it's like a used car salesman. And he's like, how about this 2007 Buick LeSabre? It's still got some rubber on the tires. You know what I mean? He's shooting a video for Aaron. That's not impromptu, you know?
It's obviously all planned out. And it's funny because Scott doesn't even know what to say. He's just kind of mumbling and stuttering for a while. And then finally turns to Aaron and goes, "What else do you want me to say?"
Was that good, Aaron?
He goes, at one point, he's like, "Let me tell you something." And then he goes, you know, tell us, Scott.
I just watched the beginning over and over again of Aaron just punching the bag, not noticing the camera. They go, "Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just beating the shit out of this bag." And then Aaron doesn't even know how to react to the camera, that he has to stick his tongue out. It's like, things are crazy here at the gym.
It's like the video Mentos commercial where they just go.
Yeah.
The video I posted this morning, you find out on our channel, doesn't just play that, but also plays Aaron the next morning with his victory lap. And he said repeatedly, I have the clips, "Guys, all I did was just go to the gym and work out, and now all you guys hate me for." It's like, no. You set up a video that you wanted Doom to clip because you're all upset with Doom earlier in the week for not clipping things from the gym that made you look good in your mind. Like, all of this was pre-planned. It was so obvious, and he acts like, I mean, this is just my life, guys. This is what happens. I don't know what to tell you.
Paparazzi's always hanging around the heavy bag.
Right.
What can I do, Carl? I can't escape it, Carl.
And right at the start of that video, Coach Scott refers to him as a former member or a former person. You know what I mean?
He called him former attendee, I believe.
Former attendee. Yes, that's what it was. That's high regard. I do want to mention for all the people out there, it's not in my link, but
I don't hear him.
I do have the super tip
excellent
system now.
What?
Yeah, there's no audio coming through with that, but you can turn that music bed on again. That was great.
I tested the audio backstage and it worked fine. I don't know.
It did.
What to do. So I don't have the super tip system.
You did play it backstage, and I did hear it. Daddy did hear it.
So I do not have the super tip system. Never mind. Disregard. Anyway, Blade isn't going to be here, I guess.
Holy crap. Your show's falling apart, Soft.
It'll be fine. I'll waste less of your time. I got stuff I want to look at.
Did we start?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought we did. Jeez.
Okay.
Anyway, I was hoping Blade would be here because I thought you guys would have questions about AC and how all that went down.
No, I pretty much figured it all out. My master sleuths. It turns out in the end that they were never even talking to the guy who was in charge of making the plans. Apparently, Sal has a wife, and the wife does most of the restaurateur-ing. I think he just, likes maybe possibly having friends with pseudo celebrities and the possibility of maybe doing a show. So he agreed to do the show 2 days before the wife said, "Holy shit, what is this bullshit on the calendar? We're not doing this. We're literally opening the day before. The Super Bowl's the day after. We're not playing with your friends at our restaurant."
You're making me look bad in front of Ken Mosca. Come on. Let my friends come over and do their podcast.
So that was pretty much it. And yeah, Blade was just a innocent victim in this all. Blade had no idea.
You know what I wanted to talk to Blade about? I hope maybe he'll get on the show and figure it out. But Chad kept saying how easy it was going to be for them to do this live podcast. He's like, "Hey guys, it's just like what we did in the hotel room. It's that easy. Just stand in front and just do a podcast." I wanted to ask Blade if he took any offense to that with the amount of gear that it would have taken to get all of that set up and run correctly.
Yeah,
Well,
screens.
That's
Chad
what I wanted to
has
ask
no
him.
idea what it would take to do that.
John doesn't live far away from the venue, and he could have did it. And despite what people think, he wouldn't have had to take the bus or whatever. You know what I mean? But it would have been some work, and he planned on making money. And then when I texted you and said he planned on more than $500, you know what I mean? It was all going to shit.
You weren't supposed to tell me you texted that.
Well, it's already it's no big deal. I didn't want. It doesn't matter now.
I guess not. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to be cool with you, but next time I'll just say, "Hey, Soft Weekly just told me this shit."
You were. I'm telling it now. It's fine. It's fine. But it was always a business arrangement for him to do that. You know what I mean? And I did think he was going to have some kind of goof. When I told Melton that, I really did think he had something else going on because he's that kind of guy. He's not.
He was trying to get in. He was trying to get in with the MLC crowd. It was just a business arrangement. He's making connections with Kevin Brennan, and he's trying to get some more people watching his show.
And what if Jake Hudson wants to do a live show? He would call up Soft or Win by 2 because it was proven he could do it.
That's
now
right.
Jake has to do Carl's rates. It's expensive. Carl's expensive to have consult your live event.
All right. I'm not doing well here.
You're right.
This is exactly how I thought this would go, by the way, Soft. If it makes you feel any better.
No, and I appreciate you coming on, and you're right. I thought it would be fun. Really, if I didn't think Melton was going to come on with Blade, Blade.
Yeah, let's talk about the people who aren't here. Let's do that for a while.
No, I mean,
Anthony Cubia isn't here. I mean, let's go through the list.
Opie's laughing at you, Soft. Opie, he's laughing at you right now.
Oh man! All right, hold on.
Oh, we got a
Here
clip.
we go. Now, this is what I thought. And I was telling Rocco this backstage. I thought that KB sabotaged this event for them. The everything was sold, as far as I can tell. All 60 tickets were sold. Everything was fine. And then Kevin started going, "Well, I need to talk to some people." And next thing you know, it's canceled. It was fine 3 days before the event.
Why can't this man just go out and ride a bike? Why does he have to dress like a penguin every time he goes out and rides his bike? Like if Daddy wants to go ride his bike, Daddy goes, puts on his helmet, puts on his sneakers, and rides his bike. He doesn't put on a wetsuit to do it. What are we looking at?
I think he looks like a character from Super Mario Brother there.
Something.
And I also
don't know what I'm looking at.
I also think he put this on because he's like, I wore it to prove a point. I think he went out and put it on like, look, I just got back.
That he's completely allergic to the sun? Is that why he wears it? I feel like he wears it because he's hiding from the sun.
And he says he doesn't care now. A lot of what I had planned doesn't make sense now.
It's too bad we don't have Stuttering John on here because he could probably do 45 minutes on that helmet alone.
Oh, I heard his stand up on your show, and it was outstanding.
Yeah, he was talking to people who don't know who Chad Zumock is about Chad Zumock and the Dabbleverse. Really compelling stuff.
All right. I'm amazed Blade didn't show up here. I don't know
what
why
a prick that guy is. I kept telling you that too, Soft.
Wait,
I'm like, Blade's going to no-show.
Who else didn't show?
Who else isn't here? Let's go through the list.
This is the show about people who didn't show up.
Where's E-Rock? Why isn't E-Rock here?
Where's Moody?
Out.
Dr. Steve, what the fuck?
I'm going to take all this. You guys are way better at this than me, and I can't stop it.
Just relax. Just breathe. Breathe, Soft.
Well, I wanted to do something fun, and dude, John is the guy I talk to more than anyone else. I figure with here, you know what I mean? It would be some kind of good rapport, and now I got Geno and Carl fucking firing at me. Shit's not working.
So he's
right.
your security blanket? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he was my security
You want to go curl up with Blade?
You want to just make fun of him for the next hour?
All right.
This guy was going to put on a live show in a venue and he can't get on StreamYard and talk to us.
All right, so here's one clip I wanted to play. This is just a little less than a year ago. Steel Toe, when they're at the Recada's house, he took it off the YouTube page. I posted a video about it before, but I think this is one. They're over there. April's fucking wasted already. And this is the morning show. You can tell she's been up all night. And then there's an argument about where the kids were and where they had the sleepover. And it's obvious Aaron's lying. It's just very funny.
And then Aaron goes, "Where's Blade?"
I love that part of his show where he's like, if Blade was here, we would hit the goal. God, this is all going to work perfectly. But then Blade isn't here. Fuck.
I already hit the goal. I don't have a revenue stream.
Okay. So we're going to see like 5 soft weeklies in this clip.
Oh,
Good
this
stuff.
isn't the right one. Hold on.
Oh, no.
No, I got it. It's this one right here. There you go. See?
Uh-huh.
I had to go to my video to find the date for this one. Are you guys not hearing this?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Not hearing anything, man.
We're just
What in the fuck?
you have to add it to the stage, or that's not the tab that you're sharing.
I thought it was added on there. All right. I added it here.
All things considered, I think this is going great.
You're right.
Hold on, man.
You know, unfortunately, we don't have Lucy Typebox. She didn't show up. I mean, if Lucy was here, then we'd definitely be playing this clip and talking all about it.
Oh.
Hey,
Home.
there you go.
And then you drive home.
Fuck
It's
you
sounding
guys in
positive
your
about
streaming.
Aaron, if you and April leave, we'll die. So what we'd really like you to do is stay here so we don't die of worry, of guilt,
Right.
of things like this. Are you two
So the Recadas wanted them to stay so much because of the love.
stellar drivers?
Look at
Is this
Hey,
a morning show or is this when is this happening?
This is the morning show. I wasn't sure, so I went back and looked. And yeah, this is the 4-hour morning show. There's a 2-hour evening show after this.
Doesn't it look like April has been up for a long time?
Yes. Yes.
I got the impression this was nighttime.
Yeah.
I love his Johnny Unitas haircut and the swinger stash. I forgot about the facial hair during the whole swinger era.
Oh, I introduced Top Lobster to Aaron for the first time yesterday on WATP, and he couldn't get over his hair. It like stopped him in his tracks. He's like, why would he just shave it? What is he doing with this? It goes all the way to the back.
High and tight.
So watch how they get Aaron gets trapped in the lie right here on his show.
Okay.
Level and would make it in this snow, no problem. Sure. You chew up that road like it.
Feet of ice under some of the snow too. I mean, We sound retarded talking about the weather. I'd rather not.
So
but-
here's what we wanted to do was we wanted to let you know. Stay here.
Here, it's coming
at
up.
this house, how far away everyone was from one another, and we made sure we stayed within.
You're gonna clean this up in post, though, right, Soft?
Because it's oh
gonna look
boy,
good
I
in
can just imagine it tomorrow. What the word's gonna be?
The bird is the word.
Military gadgets are transforming people's conditions and endurance, and here's how.
I can't
This is
follow
what
what's
happens when
going
you
on.
breathe in more oxygen, and this
Oh, there's
military
an ad.
gadget-
Oh, I thought that was part of
We gotta
I'm
dumb this
excited
down
to go
for
to the chat.
Gino.
I'm
I'm not.
excited to see what all of you have to say.
I can't see right now. My contact's
I'm-
backwards. It hurts.
I look
because you're
I'm
zooted,
excited
honey.
to see
She put her
what you
contact in
guys have to say
backwards.
about what's going on.
Jesus
today.
Christ, what's wrong with her?
Those mics sound like radio quality. Video is Pornhub quality.
Yeah, I can't hear what I sound like. This is stupid. I don't know where to look, which is kind of confusing.
Hobo Chili Rest says that wasn't the only 10 in.
Yeah, no.
I wish.
I definitely.
But from neither of. I love that you did Pussy Fisky. Did I tell you last night at?
Can you pause it real quick?
Yesterday at breakfast.
Soft. Do you have any idea where this clip is in this thing?
Yeah,
Or are we just gonna watch it bounce around all morning? What's going on?
It's right around 11 minutes. I moved it when I.
Okay.
Fuck me, dude.
No, I'm just curious. Because I have to say, it's a totally different vibe when April's on the show. It seems like he's actually doing a show back when April was on the show. Can we all agree on that? It's as bad as this is.
Yes,
It-
100%.
It's so different than what it is now.
But because you know about what's going on behind the scenes, all you could do is stare at April
yes.
and see what she's doing while she's all coked up.
It's so true. All
You're
right.
not even interested in a coked up Aaron.
Oh,
No.
Odds
Look who's
are he's
here.
not because he only did it 3, maybe 6 times. But you know she's all zooted up. So yeah, that's all I'm watching. I don't even know what Aaron's saying.
She's doing crazy cocaine ticks through the whole 4 hours of this video. It's wild to watch it.
Well, she put in her contact backwards. It's ridiculous.
Look who's here. He made it. My security blanket.
No, thank God. This is like in the Simpsons where they bring in Poochie and he gives notes to them. Like, when Poochie's on the screen, everyone should be asking, "Where's Poochie?" This is how you treat Blade.
I'm here. Everyone settle down. I've made my presence known. What's going on? How's the show, Soft?
It's going terrible, dude. Terrible. Nothing has worked right. It's been horrible. I don't mind though. I'm having fun.
So what it's about, man?
Whatever happens, happens. I wanted to have fun today. I'm trying to have fun. I don't.
We
care
all
if
look
I-
like if 4 different people tried to draw the same person.
Kind of, yeah, I guess. Geno, right?
Yes. Hello, Blade. Good to see you. We were
Nice
just
to-
talking about you. Where were you?
Dude, I don't even know. Am I sounding okay? I can't hear anything. StreamYard sucks.
You sound fine.
You
All
sound
right, cool.
fine to me.
All things considered.
Awesome. So what's on the what are we doing, Soft?
I'm just trying to tread water at this point, man. It's been terrible. I
All
have.
right, well, now's your time to start rebounding. We'll get this here.
I made. Hold on.
He finally gets played out. He gets him and leaves.
He was talking the whole show how he needed you, and now he gets you, and he's like, I gotta
And he's
go.
gone. Unbelievable.
I made friendship shirts for the event.
This is a gig. This is not an event. This is a gig.
I made friendship shirts for the event. I wanted to. I don't know. Things went terrible. And then if I just said, you know what, fuck the show, everyone would have said I was too scared to do it. So I'm doing it and I'm going to take my lumps. I'm happy to have you guys on. You guys can make shit funny. John,
well,
We're trying here.
at the time I wanted to do the show, I figured the AC event was going to go off. And I figured there would be something to talk about afterwards. The AC event didn't go off. John, we've heard that you were never in contact with, or it was never really planned like you thought in the end. Is that true?
I mean, like I've stated from the very beginning, I tried reaching out to the guy Sal. Right in the very beginning, I was in a group text message with Sal and Ken Mosca, and I was basically just asking the basic questions. Is there going to be internet, like working stable internet that I could connect an Ethernet cable to? Do I need to bring my own house PA system? Do you guys provide that? Like, what's going on? And at first, he was very, he answered me right off the bat and said, yeah, internet's good. You need to bring your own PA. And I forget whatever else I asked him. And that was like
indoor plumbing.
Yeah, all of it, man. All of it. And, and then that was like the beginning of December. And then I hadn't heard anything, basically. I mean, I was in communication with Chad, but you know what I mean? That didn't really do anything, obviously. Me and Chad could talk about throwing a show all the live long day, but if we don't have a venue to throw a show at, guess what? There's no fucking show. So that's basically, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I tried to do everything I could, man. I had it all set up and prepared, ready to go. And, it was pretty unfortunate the way everything.
I wanted to ask you if you were offended at all by Chad saying how easy it is to put on a live show and how everyone said that they couldn't do it, but it's nothing at all. All I have to do is just sit there and talk to people like we were doing in Kevin's room. When you had to bring if you're bringing your own PA system, plus cameras, plus video screens or TVs and everything else you have to do to get that set up, lighting.
Yeah, projector screens, TVs, monitors. I mean, look, so people some people don't know what it, goes into throwing live events, and it's not just
Chad is one of them. Correct.
Yeah, it's not just showing up with a laptop and, throwing on your webcam. I think that's what they originally were thinking, or maybe Kevin was just thinking that. Kevin doesn't know how to really work technology whatsoever. So he's thinking he's just going to show up at the beer hall, throw on a laptop, and, it'd all be good. But man, I don't know about, I don't think I heard Chad say that. But yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, he said it for sure.
Yeah. So I think that, and this was the point that Soft was going to get to for a second there. It seemed like Kevin got cold feet and wanted to pull out and tried to sabotage the show a couple of days before the show happened. I think that he saw that Chad wasn't communicating with the venue at all and had no answers and didn't know what was going to happen and realized it was going to be a shit show that was going to be embarrassing. Is that the take you had?
Yeah, that was kind of my suspicion too, is that I think Chad was talking mainly to Ken Mosca the entire time and not the owner, Sal. So when there was obviously the Sal's not getting back to anybody, because Kevin had reached out to me, I think the Saturday before the show, and was just making sure that I was, in communication with the owner that we were going to be throwing the show at. And, within a couple days, we didn't hear anything. And then Kevin, we saw on that Wednesday show, Kevin was freaking out and pulled the plug, and Boschetti canceled. I think he was just using Boschetti as a scapegoat, and then that really...
Kevin canceled Boschetti. Boschetti didn't cancel.
Right. Well, that's what I heard. A couple people had mentioned that they had talked to Boschetti, and he had no idea that he was off the show at that point. So, I mean, it was all straight, and it just, it pissed me off mainly because, I mean, obviously I was set to make, I was going to make a decent amount of money, but I mean, money aside, I mean, it's just for people, because everyone was, Chad mainly was saying, we're doing it for the fans, we're doing it for this, we're doing it for that, but then it's like, all these people are coming, buying rooms, buying flights, and 2 days before the show, it's, canceled.
It's almost like he's wildly unprofessional.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just unreal, and it pissed me off. But obviously, I mean, I don't know. It just sucked, to be honest with you. But
did you hear about the rumor that Sal's wife was actually the one who pulled the plug on everything? Because she's
you guys had broken that, right?
Well, yeah, that we sent our guy Sean down, and that's what he's telling them. That's what he's telling us that they said when he went down there, was that Sal didn't really have the power to make the decision of having a live event. And
which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what he told
So for 2 months, this guy knew about this event.
But that's why that might be why he also wasn't, because we saw the text thread where you were talking to them in December. Then sometime in January, you're like, hey, can I get in and just make sure everything's cool, see where everything is? And then you texting them again in the first week of February because no one messaged you for over a month about what was going on. Was that real?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's all real.
Okay.
That's all real. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I mean. It was just like I wanted to go there, scope the place out, see what it is I needed to bring, see if we could rearrange the room. Right.
Right.
You know,
You're the
and
only one who thought about stuff like that.
Right.
Chad's
Yeah,
like, we'll get there a half hour early. Who cares?
Yeah, when the question was, if you bought a ticket, can you sit in a chair? And Chad didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah,
insane.
a lot of it was just flying by the seat, and a lot of it, I mean, it could have just been. See, the next time, obviously, you know, you got to just rent out a venue, and then you just eliminate all these problems. Whether or not, if patrons are there at 6:30, can they stay? If they're eating, and if they're in the middle of like their, you know, shrimp basket or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean? It's like,
you gotta go.
Yeah, it's like
podcast starting.
So, you know, obviously that's, but you know, who knows?
It's funny when someone said like, yeah, people are like, what does a ticket get you? And Chad was like, yeah, I'd like to know too.
Yeah, he did say that. He said, I'd like to know too.
I was told to sell 60 tickets. I sold 60 tickets. That was the end of my obligation to this thing. I sold the 60 tickets. What else do you want from me?
What's an interesting side note is I wondered is Aaron's anniversary show was also booked through Eventbrite, and
the big 10-year anniversary show at Stoney's.
Right, and when people started wanting refunds, it was a huge issue. But evidently, this event was able to get Eventbrite refunds out super quick. Aaron made it seem like it was impossible to get refunds for his.
This was the only event that ever sold out, I think, like 13 times over. It was amazing. It was amazing.
There's still tickets available.
This event does hold a couple of world records. It's amazing. I can't believe it happened the way it did. I'm sorry that you lost out on money. And yeah, you should have been getting paid much more than $500. I said it over and over, especially if you're one man in charge of an entire live production. Like, Chad's an idiot.
Well, I get all that, but at first, you know, they honestly just wanted to do something for the people,
right?
And so, you know, and I was kind of for that
too.
Right. Well, I was kind of for it, and I don't live far from the casinos and stuff, so you know, I was like, you know, instead of charging people, it's our first like live thing we're doing, so instead of charging people, I mean, we could have charged $50-$60 or whatever, but you know, let's just do something easy that's not going to break the bank, and you know, people have a good time. But obviously, you know, we see where all the problems, you know, came up and happened.
How are you going to get all of the gear to the venue?
Well, train, bus, car. I actually was going to Uber from the bus station to take the train. And then from the train station, I had a lift set up. So, I mean, I had it all, you know, planned out. I was ready to go. So, no, I have my own car. And it works fine.
Can it fit the whole PA system and everything that you had to bring and TVs and shit? Okay.
Yeah.
John is a very thorough guy. Like he did the stream in his backyard with the 16-foot inflatable screen. You know, he did that show. And when Aaron was saying he would box John immediately was like, all right, I'm getting my ABA license. I'm getting everything. Let's do it. And then Aaron started stacking up the stipulations on him. You got to do this. You got to do that. John's like a go-getter like that. If you tell him he's got to do something, he does it. He would have been the best part of that show.
Except for join StreamYard at 11:15.
Yeah,
that's the one thing.
Dude, StreamYard's a mess, man. It's a whole deal. I'm not going to tech problems in the morning. But no, I really wanted to box. Like, I wanted to put Aaron's feet to the fire and like, yo, whatever you want, I'll do, man. Like, I'll get the license. I'll fly out to you. I'll bring my equipment. We'll do a whole stream. And he acted like he had did this one time before where like, I think I reached out to him to do the show. And then Soft, I'm not sure if you remember this, but then he went on his very next show and was acting like I was begging him to get on the show or whatever. I forget exactly what he said, but he was making it seem like I was trying to beg him to do the show, my show. And so when the boxing thing rolled around, it was pretty much the same. It was like the same playbook. I reached out to him. I was like, yo, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll get the license. You know, whatever it is, just let me know. And then he goes on his next show and he's like, yeah, Win by 2 hasn't reached out to me. I haven't heard from him. I don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, this is a fucking joke. You know what I mean?
It's almost like we all call his bluff and he doesn't learn from that. I'd love to play this guy at poker because I guarantee he rebats with a 2-7 offsuit.
Careful. Vegas is his town, man. He knows how to gamble. That guy, Aaron.
He's terrible at this. He's threatened all of us to boxing matches and we've all accepted.
I know, that's terrible, dude. Everyone's got a reason. I can't figure it out, too. He's a coach, and he says he's been doing it his whole life, but his amateur record is 0-2. How could you You know, like if you played
No.
hockey
His record is 2, Soft. It's just 2.
Just 2.
If you played hockey or any other sport as a kid, you had a record, an amateur record. You know what I mean? How can he be 2? And he's almost aged out of the division. He'll be a Masters next year. And I fucked up again. I quit. This is it.
Is he gonna be on the senior tour of boxing? Is there?
Well, no,
they have that.
Yeah. They have a Masters where you age out of being an amateur. It's like you can't be an amateur forever, dude. You got to move up to the Masters division.
He's no amateur. I saw him hit that heavy bag. Watch out.
Dude, you would not want to take a punch from Aaron M. Holt, man. That's the last thing you want to do.
I like him in his little boxer outfit because he doesn't look anything like a boxer.
No, he really is an anomaly. Like he's the fattest skinny man or the skinniest fat man like I've ever seen. Like he appears to be skinny, like on his show, but then when he stands up and he's like boxing, like his arms are all flabby. It's very trippy, to be honest with you.
It's almost like working out one day a week is not doing it for him.
Yeah, I mean, if he even does that.
Remember, there was a time when him and April used to like play it off like they were going to the gym every day, and they would talk about counting their calories and, oh, you ate that extra pepperoni stick, it's so bad for you, and all that kind of shit. Where did that go? They were health nuts for a minute.
Yeah, look where that turned out to. Cocaine and fucking energy drinks.
Yeah, I was gonna try and find this spot on this video now, but if I do it, Carl and Geno.
No, go for it. Go, let's find it. I want to see this.
We're around 11 minutes. You said it's around 11 minutes. Now you're at 12:40.
Yeah, why did you just do that? You just skipped past the part you said it was going to be at.
Kids last night.
Bobby Baloney says you had a very respectful night, very well behaved.
I'm finding it.
Really? I thought we did.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Okay.
All right. Let me make sure I don't go back too far now.
You can just
hit the arrows on your keyboard. Yeah.
Now you're at 11 minutes.
I say.
I brought my gay little coat down here in case it got cold. Maybe I'll debut it later.
Malevolent bystander says, I'm calling BS. I live in upstate New York. At 10 inches is a dusting.
Well, come on. That's not funny.
Tridio says Nick would know about crashing in the snow.
I'm sorry.
I get it. I get that joke.
I do too.
That's a funny joke, you silly goose.
Guy can't drive.
Sounds like bad planning on your part. Well, here's the deal.
Well, yeah, obviously.
This weekend, our kids were having sleepovers.
Yeah, believe it or not, our kids all like each other, guys.
Our kids were all hanging out this weekend, and then I go.
What you mean,
I go to drop the.
Now look how look how tweaked April is, dude. And this is the morning show. It's 11 minutes into the morning show.
Kids off. And I come here. April has a choice. She's like, do you want me to go home and then you drive home? Or what's the deal? And I said, well, there's
the snowstorm had hit already.
Right, my thing, right. I had to drop the kids off when it was snowing.
Yeah.
And
what I think
I'm sure it was snowing.
I don't know for sure, but what I think here is he had the kids and they were over at Riqueda's and they weren't supposed to be, but check it out.
I said, there's no point for both of us to be out in this.
It's
why
retarded.
don't I drive back there? We'll hang out. We'll see if it clears up.
It's a whole bunch of fun too. Let's all be stranded during a snowstorm together.
We did. And
I made some bomb food because
I picked up some. So on my way, I'm like, it's gonna be nasty. I picked up steaks. I picked up.
All right, so this is supposed to be on his way back after dropping the kids off. He dropped the kids off, and then he came back over there with some steaks.
Stuffed mushrooms.
So
I picked
good.
up hot chocolate.
I was so happy to see that.
It was gay.
It was one of those shitty days where like you want to go shopping for all the foods and everything just to like have it here, and it was like past that point of wanting to leave. So I'm so thankful that you did. Yeah, made some really good steaks with some kids last night.
All right, there it is. She made some really good steaks with some kids. Now watch Aaron.
He says you had a very respectful night, very well behaved. No, we didn't.
Really?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we did. Yeah, made some really good steaks with some kids last night.
Bobby Baloney says you had a very respectful night, very well behaved. No, we didn't.
Really? I thought we did. How didn't we? I remember cooking with children and watching a movie.
I know what I
Did you not have a respectful night?
I know what I did yesterday.
Oh, okay. You know what? That part wasn't respectful.
Oh, by the way, you can tell how fucking terrible it must have been and how
It's,
unmemorable it was.
You'll have to. No, it's the tendon shirt. I was scared of it.
Hey,
Sometimes.
that's what it was. It was the.
So this is that's one of my favorite clips because he always says, "Tell me when I'm telling lies," and there's one right from your show, dude. So there's a lie there.
Can you interpret that for me, Soft? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be picking up on this.
Well, he's saying you. I guess
there was wife swapping the night before. I get that part, but what's the part that's the lie?
He's saying he was at his house and dropped his kids off. They had the sleepover over there, and then he came over with the steaks. But then April's saying she made the steaks with his kids. And
No. She just said the kids. It could have been the Ricada kids. The Ricada kids live there.
Right. Okay. All right. Then I'm wrong on this one too. That's
I don't know. That's how I interpreted that. I didn't see that as a big gotcha.
Then why does Aaron go? No, we didn't. He said no.
Well, no. She said it was a respectful evening or something like that. And that's when he said, "No, remember when we wife swapped?" And I was banging
remember cooking
lady
with
rackets
children and watching a movie.
I know what
Did you not have a respectful night?
I know what I did yesterday.
Oh, okay. You know what? That part wasn't respectful.
Oh, by the way, you can tell how fucking terrible it must have been.
That
and
sounds
how
different to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe this was the night he licked the jism.
The goo.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about.
That would be even better if this was the proof of that. That would be amazing.
Let's just make it up. Why not?
I think he lied there because I covered it before. This happened. This video happened in that window that was on the that he had to go to court for violating the restraining order. It went from whatever date it started until the day after this video, I think was how it went. So it also led me to believe that it would be included or wanted to be included what he was doing. And I think it was having the kids.
Well, let's watch the whole 4.5 hours and see if we can figure out why he wouldn't want this up.
All right, I can't take it anymore. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me.
Yeah, we're the problem. That's right.
No, you're not. I'm the problem, but you guys are good at killing me. What the fuck you want from me, man? I tried. It's not going well. I'm happy to have you guys all on. I have been working on.
Stop it. Stop being so hard on yourself. Daddy wants you to try. Keep trying.
I have been working hard on a steel toe aggregate website, which other people think. People also think that is stupid. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, congratulations. What did you hit? Like 3,000 on Steel Toe Boring Show? Or 2,500? Where are we at?
I don't know, like over 2,000, which is fun. I appreciate the goal reachers are cool. I think it's been fun.
You created that. That's great.
I love that Geno's trying to build it back up again. That's fantastic.
Soft.
Chance, man. Jesus.
He's just jealous because he didn't get a free trip to Minnesota like me and Keanu. We won. Daddy won.
Rocco,
we're going to the Twin Cities in May, baby.
I did want to ask you, were you and Patrick going to go if Aaron was going to fight? Were you guys going to go and watch him?
We might be going like literally 2 days after Hackamania now, right?
Yeah. That's the court date.
I think we might get home for a day and then fly right back out. It's very busy. I don't know.
That's the plan.
Because I already booked my flight home on the 12th. And then the thing is the next day. So I might have to fly out the same night. Or I might have to change from Vegas.
Yeah, I have my flight coming home too.
Because it's literally like the 13th, isn't it?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure it out. We got to figure something out. But yeah, there is a possibility all of us will be there for the beginning of the trial. Like, how long will this thing take? Is this going to be?
I think it's scheduled for 2 days.
It's just 2 days?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Daddy, like that. Oh, shit. I hit the table. I got to remember not to hit the table, Carl.
Just tape down the wire, man.
Shut up.
Need some duct tape or something?
Yeah.
Blade, explain this to him.
So what you want to do is you want to get your duct tape and then make some bows around your desk and just keep your wires separated.
Right.
Now it's completely off. There you go.
Daddy's got a blow in it like an old Nintendo system.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, why am I letterbox now? Everything's fucked up.
Aaron made this so much worse for himself by getting Zoom out of the court. If he would have just have video court there, no one would have showed up. You know?
Did he have anything to do with that?
They requested it when they originally went to it. It was in a motion they filed that they want. You know,
His attorney did. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that Rocco was talking about going to watch the boxing match on the 22nd. It's coming up in less than a week, but there's no chance that Aaron will be boxing in that.
No, I'm not going to that.
Yeah, there's no chance.
No. Do you guys think Chad will get his Roadcaster back from the manufacturer, or Aaron will get reinstated by Say Sport First?
It's a good prop bet.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Roadcaster, even though I don't know how many months that's going to take.
I'm going.
And how did he ruin his Roadcaster? I don't get it. What the fuck? I don't have one, but everyone I know that has one loves them, and they're pretty indestructible as long as you don't treat them like a dick.
My guess is he probably got a used one and like for the cheap, and it probably just crapped out. You know what I mean? Because I've had mine for almost 3 years, and it turns on, turns off, does what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? So there's no shot. It's already, unless you spilled apple juice on it or Tito's or something.
Or someone was saying he was frustrated by all the events that happened last week and literally like just smashed it or slammed it down.
I think it's likely he threw a temper tantrum because when he came on his show that day, he's like, the last 12 hours have been he was going through this roller coaster of emotions at that time, trying to get this show to happen. He thought it was going to happen, and then it was off again. So I bet he just finally had enough and just chucked the thing across the room.
That probably makes the most sense. Hasn't he gotten like since I've watched him 2 new laptops, 3 new mics? It seems like he's always, everything breaks for him right away. I can never figure it out.
I know for sure he got a new keyboard and a mouse pad, but that's all I can tell you for sure.
Well, that constitutes as a new studio.
Yes, he was showing that off to say, see, I told you guys I have a new studio going on. Why would I have this new mouse pad and keyboard? So that I do know he got. But as far as anything else, I have no idea.
Did any of you guys get lanyards from AC?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got one.
Did I get one? They're great. They're very big. They're great.
That was one of the telling moments when Chad said to Kevin, he goes, "Well, what about the lanyard?"
I know. He kept saying he put a lot of work into that show. That also had to be frustrating for you, Blade, that he's talking about how much work he put into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand. I mean, right? You're cutting the lanyards. You have to, cut the pictures out, paste them, glue them.
Blade's not even on the lanyard.
That pissed me off.
We have 3 people who were never going to be at this event on the bottom of the line. For some reason, Mr. Kill Everything,
right?
Big Fat Felicia and Big Fat Liam. Why did they have to be on?
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand that. I was very upset with Chad with that. I mean, not putting me on the lanyard. I mean, that's a direct. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why it completely collapsed in on itself.
Agreed.
Very disrespectful.
Very, man.
I was talking to Mike Morse this week, and he got a lanyard because Chad did bring them to Florentine's Super Bowl party.
Oh, he was
handed them out to everyone.
When he came down to the lobby bar, he was walking with his box and being like, all right, Chad, come on, be cool. They just don't know how cool you are. Once they see how cool you are, they're going to be cool. But he just put the box down, opened it, and people started congregating around him to the point where there were like these 3 women behind us. They were like, what's going on? What's he giving out? And I was like, Chad, you got 3 prospective new fans. And again, he just threw them. He's like, here, you want them? Take them. Here.
What the hell is this?
It was great.
Marco, I wanted to know, when you measured Chad, it seemed like someone told him you were going to measure him right then because he kind of stood up straight,
No, he had no. The only one who said anything to me was Bill from Jersey. Right before I measured him, he was like, come on. He was like, come on, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. And I said, shut up. Get out of the way. He was like, because I think he was like, hey, everyone's getting along. Everything's going good. Like, don't fuck it up. I was like, shut up, Bill, get out of the way. And then I measured him, and Chad had no idea apparently for like a day or two, but I don't believe that.
It almost
I
looked like
I
he
told
stood
him
up
that
a little
night.
more
Oh,
straight.
you told him that night?
Yeah,
Okay,
I was like, so you got measured. I was like, well, what's the final verdict? Well, how tall are you?
Because the
He's like,
next
"Oh."
day, yeah, I think the next day someone was like, Rocco measured you, and he was like, he did? Huh. Or something, something like that. So I wasn't even aware if he knew.
How's your shoulder doing, by the way?
Oh God, Carl, thank you.
I know
Thank
you
It's
can't play.
little-
You're a semi-pro hockey player. People don't know that, so you're missing out on paychecks right now.
I am. We have a game tonight every Sunday. But yeah, I am semi-professional hockey player. I am involved with USA Hockey.
Yep.
So, and I am.
You a coach?
I'm not a coach.
Man.
I'm a card-carrying player. So I do
One day.
understand the
One
USA, Olympic insurance or whatever. But yeah, no, the arm is doing a little better. You're lucky, Chad. But I am still pursuing.
So
legal-
I've heard from multiple people
legal
that
adventure.
when you meet Chad in person, he shakes a lot. Did you witness that, either of you guys?
I didn't, but like every time you would see Ray would come by and be like, why is he shaking? Why is he shaking? And then he'd run away and go tell other people.
Yeah, he told me too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Everyone Ray could get a hold of, Ray would go, why is Chad shaking? Why is he shaking? And then he'd run off and go tell someone else. I personally didn't notice any kind of shaking, but I said, I was like, if you were about to encounter like 20 people that you literally think hate you, even though we don't, wouldn't you kind of be shaking a little bit too? And then we heard from last year that people who had lunch with him said that he was shaking while he was eating. Again, I didn't really see much of that, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But like I said, there was a few people, Ray being one of them,
Ray
who had to make it a point. Yeah, he had to make it a point that Chad was shaking, and he was concerned for him, and it was, unreal.
It was funny. I saw him go up to at least like 5 groups of people going, why is he shaking?
John, are you taller than Chad?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like a skyscraper compared to Chad, and that's not saying much. That's not saying much.
68 inches.
I noticed that last year because Chad would go on this whole tirade about how he's like, what does he say, 5'10" or something, and he's tall. But I remember last year when at the Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, when him and Stuttering John met, they were practically eye to eye. And I'm like, there's no way Stuttering John's 5'8". Right. So, and they're practically eye to eye. So I'm like, Chad's probably 5'6", which is, I've always said, man, like, look, there's nothing, look, you can make fun of somebody because they're short, but there's nothing you could do about it. Like, you can't go get height surgery. So it is what it is.
One thing I've learned from the Tattleverse that we're in is you can tell if someone's short if they get very upset when you say they're short.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you know, because holy shit, short guys hate being short.
Right.
Chad loves that title, by the way, Carl, the Tattleverse. But I know Carl didn't come up with it.
I don't think I did. I think I saw it somewhere, but either way, it's
I told
super
you guys.
unoriginal.
He copied. He copies. All he does is copy.
I feel like Chad was wearing lifts in Atlantic City, like lift insoles. His shoes are like splayed all the way open, and the tongues. It looks really weird.
I don't think he had lifts in his shoes.
Okay,
But
fair. I'm
he
just
does have
speculating.
those shoes with the big tongue, and he talked about how goofy Ray is for having like Jordans or whatever, but he's just as into shoes, it seems, as Ray.
Carl, I got to ask you, when at first, when everyone was kind of going after Steel Toe, you were kind of cool with Steel Toe, no?
Yeah. I went on his show. He did an interview show with me, and just the brief things that I saw of his show, it seemed fine. I didn't really understand why people were piling on at that time.
They were in each other's weddings, Blade.
That's not true.
That's how close these guys were.
Yeah, that's what everyone makes it out to seem. No, but like, so what changed?
I'll tell you the exact moment that everything changed for me was I'm watching Patrick Melton talk about how April's on drugs, that they have this, they're all fucking each other and orgies. And I'm going, okay, I mean, it's fun to speculate on this stuff, whatever, but there's no way that's true. And I really thought that Aaron was going to pull this move because all these people are speculating about April leaving the show. She probably left him. They're getting a divorce. And everyone's talking about this. And Aaron's going, it's fine. She's upstairs. It's nothing, guys. She just, she needed a break from the show. I really thought that he was going to show up on Monday morning with April next to him going, see, you guys all made up this whole thing and it's completely false. April's right here. We're still married. We're still doing the show. And when he came out and said, actually, we're getting a divorce, and I went, oh, Aaron is the biggest fucking scumbag. He's just been lying for months straight to everyone. And the people who were paying attention, I wasn't one of them, were seeing right through it. I mean, Patrick Melton figured it all out, and a bunch of guys did. The Soft Weekly was on the case. You guys were all on this. So when I realized that I was completely wrong about this guy, I went, oh, this guy's a piece of shit. Okay, now I understand.
Yeah. I think you told me before the one line that got you is when he was like, I will always be upfront and keep my audience up to date, Yep. And it's like, you piece of shit, dude. You've been lying to everyone for months. People were calling you out on it. On all the stuff, and he kept just like, no, they're haters. They don't know.
He still does that to this day. The clip that I pulled on my show yesterday. He's still going, no, if you want to get the real facts, you got to come to the source. I never steer you guys wrong. I'm always giving you what's really happening. It's like, Aaron, you lied. And then you've come back and said that your show has sucked that whole time you were lying to everyone. And meanwhile, during the time you were telling us how great it was.
He's trying to tell us that Scott didn't say Aaron on the video. We heard Scott saying Aaron on the video.
He was talking about another guy whose name starts with A. What?
Right? And Tukey said that last week on This Little Piggy. Maybe he's talking about another Aaron. I didn't think Aaron would actually run with that. He's like, oh, good call, Tukey. I'm going to go with that one.
I didn't think of that.
He never said Aaron Imholt. Jesus Christ. How many Aarons are there?
This, the turnaround he's had with you, Geno, is amazing because people will say, I want friends or whatever, but look at how they talked about each other on their shows and everything that was said and done. And now they're buddy again. I don't understand it.
No, it's incredible. Like I said, Minnesota wants us to be friends so much that they're giving us a free trip to Minnesota to go hang out with the Imholtz. Can't even figure out which voice I'm doing anymore. But yeah, it's insane. This whole, but the Scantes don't seem to understand what's happening.
They never do. They think they have their finger on the pulse of everything, but simultaneously they don't. They're pro Dabbleverse, but then they're anti Dabbleverse, even though this isn't really technically the Dabbleverse.
But is it Keanu like literally saying like, what is having us up there going to do for your case, Nick? Like, you're still going to face the,
That was the wildest thing.
Like, his case is done. Like, they're done. He's on whatever. It's over. This is about Aaron and Geno. Like, it has nothing it has to do with Nick because, his wife was the pitcher and all. But, yeah, they seem to think, like, this is all masterminded by Nick Rekieta to help with his case. Which, again, has been over.
And she also kept saying, and I love you, but she kept saying on there, like, we're just going to tell the truth. So if you want us in court, we'll go to court, but we're going to tell the truth. Like, yeah, you're not the one on trial.
Yeah, you're supposed
to. We know you're going to go there and tell the truth because you're a witness. Yeah, that's how that works.
Right.
She also thinks that she's going to get to go up there and go, yeah, Aaron sent the revenge porn, but Nick's the real asshole. No one cares about that.
Yes. Right. It's very odd. I don't know.
But Soft, Aaron took the picture, so of course he can send it to whoever he wants to, right?
Right. Oh, sure. I'm sure that'll be great. The other funny thing is Aaron was telling Nick to remember, take responsibility, be what you've done. Why would you take this to trial if you know what you did? Have some respect for your family and your kids and everyone else. Don't embarrass them, all this. And now he knows he did this and he's taking it to trial.
He's not stupid. I mean, when it's him, he knows, he can't talk about it. And he's got to at least try and plead not guilty. But when it's someone else, yes, repent. Why don't you just admit when you did, you son of a bitch?
But even Nick took a deal. Aaron's going to trial.
Well, someone said it on This Little Piggy or somewhere that like he thinks this is like Deal or No Deal. Like there's an opportunity where the next offer is going to be much better. I know they just They don't think you're going to hold out, but, you strong arm them a bit and they'll come back with a better deal. No, the fact that you did it live on your show, live, you literally sent him the picture on your show. We've all seen it. They know that they don't have to take the felony away. At least that's my understanding.
If his attorney is Scott, then he's got a really dumb attorney. That would not go well.
Come on, you lollipops. Why are we even here? Why did we even take this to court, you bunch of lollipops, you hootenannies?
I don't know nothing about revenge, P-O-R-N-E.
We're in quite the pickle here, Aaron.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I never thought it would get this far, and the fact that it is incredible.
Well, that is what's amazing. I mean, It started out like I was laughing at him just because he was begging all the time. It just seemed inordinate how much he was talking about, give me money, and then who would have suspected the swinging, the drug use, the revenge porn, the divorces, and then he compounds it. Carl, you were mentioning it on your show. Just he steps on every rake. He does everything wrong every single time.
Yeah, well, this latest thing he did this week, I think, is the craziest thing he's done yet, where he's basically invited the internet to follow him around in his personal life everywhere he goes and fuck with him. The fact that he put out a challenge. Oh, you guys already did your worst to the gym and to Scott. There's nothing else you guys can do. It's like, why would you say that? That's fucked up. That was really a shitty thing to do to the gym and to Scott.
Right. He doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all he cares about is himself. And that was one of the biggest things besides the begging is just how narcissistic and just like, entitled, a sense of entitlement that he has. And it's just amplified, dude, because everyone's watching it and everyone sees it now. I mean, it's insane. Like Soft was saying, when we first started watching him 2 years ago, it was just mainly the begging. And now it's almost as if we've all spoke his life into existence, like everything. We would just make wild accusations and speculations, and all of them came true. The swinging, the drugs, the neglect with the kids, the beating of the wives. I mean, it's remarkable, really. You'll never find, I don't think, maybe you will, I don't know, but I don't think you ever find another person like a Steel Toe.
Yeah, it's I agree. It's completely fascinating. I'm obsessed with it. I try not to talk about it too much on WATP, but we have this little piggy to obviously get that out of our system every single week. But I'm very curious about this turnaround with Geno and Keanu being his friend again, because their whole thing was the spousal abuse. That was the thing. Right. Like, yeah, we can't be friends with this guy if he's abusing his spouse. Well, that hasn't changed.
Right. I guess you didn't hear me, Carl. Free trip to Minnesota.
I don't understand what happened, because it's not like, what's her name? Ashley? Yeah. It's not like Ashley came out and said, oh, no, I was just making up all those text messages I put in a court document.
Well, listen, me and Keanu's numbers are going down. The more we talk about Steel Toe, they kind of go up. So it's beneficial to everyone to be friends, probably except for Aaron, because, we have to tell the truth, which we will. We will definitely tell the truth. We won't lie for Aaron in federal court for some we know you won't. And by the way, do your worst, internet pussies. It's not my gym.
Yes.
That's basically Aaron.
That's so crazy.
Well, even Aaron putting Geno and Kiki in this spot, if he's their friend, is fucked up. You know what I mean? I did what I know I did, and now I'm going to have the government fly you halfway across the country to tell people I did what I did.
Why can't they do that over a Zoom, by the way? Why do they have to fly these people in?
I think a lot of it's like the right to confront your accuser in a jury trial and shit like that. I don't know exactly, but I think
the Constitution I forgot about. Yeah, good point.
But why would you put your friends in that? You're either going to go up on the stand and burn me, or I expect you to lie for me. Why would you ask your friends to do that?
You have experience with lawyers and getting legal advice. Does it seem like he's either not taking his lawyer's advice or he has the worst lawyer possible?
He's not taking his lawyer's advice. I got to believe his lawyer told him this is a stinker. They got him dead to rights.
Yeah.
They got video. He didn't accept the deal. I think the DA is a female, right? And it's a revenge porn case, and she's got him locked solid. He didn't take the deal. She's pissed. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I wonder what that deal was. I would love to hear what that first deal was.
Yeah, because Patrick thinks that he had to keep it as a felony.
Right.
And
well,
that was the thing that Aaron did not want a felony on his records.
Right. But I mean, they literally have you on video doing it. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, well, they didn't have video of the guy literally killing her, so they let him off. We literally have the video of you doing it.
Right. But also the phone records too. So you subpoena the phone records, then you see the exact image that it was, the time it happened, who it went to and from, and then him smiling about it. Yeah.
And then you looked at your phone and went, whoa, and threw it in a lake. Like, come on. Yeah, that's what that seems to be the what everyone is thinking, is that he wants the felony to go away, and they're not budging because they pretty much have, they have it on video. They have it happening. Like, so I don't know what he thinks he's going to get.
So even if they go to trial in May, he's found guilty. Do we know at all what the charges he's up against? Like, is he facing jail time?
Yeah,
possibly
for a felony, but he probably won't do any jail time. But
no, first offense.
Yeah, there's always
the one thing that is true though is they do a pre-sentencing report where they assign points for different stuff. You know what I mean? You'll get a number before you're sentenced at trial. That's how they get the recommendations.
Yeah.
So Aaron's got the HRO violation conviction on his record, so that will up his points. It won't be like he's a first-time offender or anything. This will be like, he's already in the system for doing so.
I still don't see him doing anything.
No, I don't either, but if he might have got like 10 to 20 months because of those points, it might be 15 to 30 or something like that. Probation or whatever.
It'd be so great though if he went to jail. And then all the stories about jail when jail's really not that bad. I mean, actually
he was
a really
in the
great
drunk
place.
tank. He didn't really go to jail.
Right. I changed so many lives in that prison with boxing. They're gonna make a movie about me.
We'll be doing a podcast from in jail, begging
Right? Yeah,
for commissary.
I just
They
want
called
to
me
see
Coach
any of it.
Porn.
I want to see it.
I just want to hear about the first 100 pages of whatever novel he's reading.
Yeah,
that he never finishes.
Oh, isn't that? I don't think he reads anything. He's one of those guys that, like, he buys Catcher in the Rye, the book, and then he watches the movie, and then he tells you about the book. That's what he does with history and everything.
I was just talking about when he did spend that day in jail. He read 2 different books.
He read like 2 books.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, but only got a quarter of the way through either of them, and had to tell us about it.
Read 2 books, made best friends with all the fucking cops in there, the corrections officers, and
gave away his apple juice.
They all listened to Steel Toe. They were big fans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Took 3 naps.
Oh, that goofus. Will he ever learn? They have scholastics here, you guys. They have scholastics. This is great. All the puzzles haven't been done in pen yet.
As they were booking me in, the sergeant said, just like classic radio, Toe. You know what I mean? He's always like, everywhere he goes, people know him. How can that be true?
Yeah.
C-spot. C-spot run.
I was driving around at the where does he go? Wembley's or whatever the fuck. And he's like, yeah, I saw so many people that watch the show. They were telling me how much of a good show I've been doing lately. It's like, bro, nobody knows who you are. Nobody to this day.
Yeah. Didn't he
What are
say
you
something
talking
at like a
about?
drive-through or something?
Yeah.
Something like, we listen. We know.
We know the
listen.
Toe.
Yeah, we know.
It's like-
we listen.
One like anonymous cult like everywhere. Like you just give a hand signal and like, yeah, Toe. It's like, get the
Well,
fuck
like
out
Carl,
of here.
you know Drew Lane. He has a wildly successful local podcast. You know what I mean? He's big here. But Drew can still walk around Metro Detroit unfettered. People aren't just everywhere going, hey, it's Drew Lane. You know, Aaron wants us to believe that happens to him everywhere he goes.
I've hung out with Drew in the wild. He does get recognized quite a bit, but yeah, he's a much bigger celebrity Detroit than Aaron is in St. Cloud. All right.
All right. Yeah,
Good
I
talk.
think that's
Good
it.
talk.
It rolled to conclusion. I appreciate you guys all coming on.
We appreciate you, Soft.
Dude, Patrick Melton's going to regret not coming on this show. He missed out on a lot of fun today.
Well, he's still getting the friendship shirt. And all you guys, I will send you friendship shirts.
Oh, sweet.
Soft, in a way, without you, in a weird way, I don't think a lot of this would be made possible. So you got to give yourself some kudos there, Soft Weekly. That's what I have to say. How long we've been covering Steel Toe now? Over 2 years, going on 3 years.
Oh yeah, I think August of.
What does my life come to?
Yeah, in
man?
August.
Jesus Christ.
In August will be 3 years that I've been watching Steel Toe.
Well, not watching, seething. You guys have been seething,
yes,
right.
And I've been
3
coping
years.
as well.
Yeah.
I think people that haven't watched my cope session videos on my channel will show a lot of the little different stuff over the years or over the time that Aaron's done. And I wanted John and Patrick on because those were the first 2 shows I found that were covering Steel Toe. And I DM'd them immediately. I wanted to know what they knew, what they thought. It was very exciting. John's show was maybe getting 20 views, 30 views. I'm not trying to get on anyone. And Patrick's was getting like 50, 60, so they were like small channels. I didn't have any idea who Patrick was or that, he had been doing it much longer than I knew. He was just a guy covering Steel Toe, and I was very excited.
Save some of this for the autobiography, Soft.
Where is Patrick? I wish he was here.
Oh, geez, I
Where
can't talk it. I'm done. All right, thank you guys so much. All right, it's been fun.
Whoarethese.com for all things Who Are These podcasts.
TookieSnoop.com, Hackamania.com.
Everyone
Use
knows
promo
you.
code
You guys will be
Tukey.
fine. Win by 2. John, when's your next show?
I think tomorrow morning.
All right. Thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate Kyle and Rocco showing up as well. I'll be fine. It'll be. It was good, man.
You'll be fine.
It was funny.
Until next time, Soft.
Yeah, I'll talk to you, man.
All right.
Later.